What's up, everybody? So we're playing a little Dimir poison today. So we got 10 kill spells in the main, 4 Thoughtseize, 6 counter spells. So the whole idea of this deck is to create some poison counters with our Prologue, our Infectious, and our Vraska's Fall, as well as our Mirrex. And then we just try to slow down our opponent with kill spells, counter spells. We have ways to draw cards, a couple board wipes, which also we can play all these spells here if we need to, or just to benefit from that. And then we have Narset to search for things, and Vraska is kind of our finisher, as well as Mirrex. I have no idea if this is good at all. Sideboard is just a bunch of things. Just trying to see. I do think one of our weaknesses is like super aggro decks. Like, I would say burn is awful because we're hurting ourselves a lot. Like, a lot of these things I lose to life. So that I lose life. So just things like that. But maybe we have enough stuff where it's not as bad as it seems. So we, just kind of play testing to see how things go. But let's play a couple games on the ladder and see how it goes. I don't have high hopes. Alright, let's see what we're up against here. Opponent goes first. We got a couple kill spells, a way to draw cards, a counter spell. Okay. We can draw a land here, like some sort of swamp. That would be good. Okay, mono red. Wonderful. This is why we need that black mana. But we did get it. Okay. So we got a couple kill spells for early. So we're gonna use this. We'll just see what they do here. I'll definitely take 1 damage. I don't care about that. He doesn't do anything else here. We're just going to kill it, just to get our value. And he probably has a burn spell, I'm guessing, but I don't know. So this is literally what I was just talking about as far as so if they don't play a creature, we're going to Experimental Agency, or we might counterspell here. I don't know. I don't really want to take 2. We don't have any poison counters. This is 3 or less, and it does exile. I think we're just gonna counter this, honestly. So it just gets rid of a creature. Yeah, let's just do that. They lose a creature in multiple ways of getting damage. Yeah, I figured they'd have that card. But that's fine, because we're just going to kill it. We're just going to go ahead and kill it. I guess we could have welled up a counterspell there. Rolling Vortex is not great. It's really not. But we do have something for that, I think. So we're just going to see how this goes. We have to basically poison them faster than they give us life problems. Ramen up runes is not great. No. We don't want that. Guess we could have anointed, but I just want to save it. Yep. So now we're going to start getting it with poison. Yep. Start creating creatures here. Okay. Hopefully just doesn't have anything here. Okay, so he might kill it, but whatever. It's better than going to our face. Okay. Alright, land's good. Alright, now we can start proliferating, which is good, so we can speed this process up. We're gonna go ahead and proliferate now and try to find something useful. No, we don't really want Thoughtseize here. Thoughtseize is not the card we want. Yep. Okay. So we're gonna probably Vraska's Fall here, if they have anything. That's really not great. And we don't have a way to counter that. So, definitely speeds up the clock a lot. We're gonna go ahead and just do this. Put a poison counter on them. So our clock is very, very fast now because of that card, which is ridiculous. It's funny how like literally like losing life is our worst, or like super aggro decks is like our worst thing, and then we get matched up against super aggro first game. Love you, Arena. Okay, we're gonna create another one of these and Anoint with Affliction. We're on like a 4-turn clock, so that's that. And he probably has burn spells, and we don't have any counter spells right now, so it could be even worse than that. That's fine, because we can Fatal Push that and Anoint with Affliction. It's fine. Power of the Rich is fine. Okay, so we're gonna just do just exile it. We can just Fatal Push that. Yep. We're just flooding out here, huh? Again. Quite an Arena favorite. He's going to block us, so we have to kill it. So let's just kill it, get it out of the way. Could really use our draw cards here. That would be nice. Our best bet now is to outpace them. Hope they don't draw anything good here, really. That's not the worst thing ever. Could be worse. Alright, we're 1 turn away from winning. If we just draw a card here that proliferates, we're good to go. Anything useful besides a land would be wonderful. That is a land. Thank you, Arena, for being so awesome. Okay, such a great program. Just gonna go keep flooding with lands. Now they could find a burn spell here and we just lose. Or they could Ramen Up Ruins, so we'll be down to 1. There's multiple ways we could lose this turn because and this is literally one of our worst matchups, especially when we're flooding out. Like we've drawn 4 lands in a row now. It's like Arena's trying to keep the game close. Thanks, Arena. You make the gameplay so great. So yeah, he's gonna put us down to 1 if he does that, which is what he's looking at doing. I don't know how he wins unless he has it. Yeah. All right, we survived that one. Added in 2 cut downs and took out 2 Thoughtseize just to kind of, because we're playing best of 1 right now, so we drew a Thoughtseize anyways. This is actually a good hand. So we're gonna go here into that, Lunarch Veteran. Okay, not too worried about that card. That's actually a really good draw. I guess I could have kind of had a Fatal Push there, but I don't know. Yeah, we'll go ahead and kill that. Good Thoughtseize this turn and Fatal Push. Yeah, that seems like a good hand. Good turn. So let's go ahead and Thoughtseize, get rid of their big 3-drop, whatever that might be. Probably Heliod. Collected Company is not great. Definitely want to get rid of one of those. Don't care about a Lunarch Veteran. go ahead and get rid of that. And then let's just take 1 damage. That's good because we can get rid of a lot of things, potentially. Okay. We're just going to... Alright, he's going to accompany if he draws a land here. Johnny's Welcome is fine. I think we're just going to Experimental Augury and look for a counter spell. Yes. Can't. Oh, we have a board wipe. That doesn't really help us. What do we want here? Draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. Yeah. At least we start getting the counters on them, right? Could go ahead and Yahenni's X first, and then to that, yeah, that seems like good. That's why we have this card in the deck, to do that. Okay. So we're gonna Expertise, draw 2 cards, and put Poison counter. Seems good. Ah, a little too late on that. Okay, well, I think we're a little. Okay, sweet. We made it. Nice. That's fine, I don't care about that. Okay, that's pretty sweet. But we're a couple turns away from that though, because they got that company, so we want to make sure we counter that. So let's do another blue here. We got this one at least. Anointed Affliction is pretty good. Vraska's Fall is good. Yeah, okay. So let's just see what they do. I'm gonna save the Vraska's for a bigger creature. Screw the Oak is fine. I do not care about that. I'm just going to kill it. Alright, I'll get him to sack a creature. Poison count is fine. Then we're gonna Anoint Affliction. Get rid of the Oak. And then we're holding up. Bring the endings still. Okay. 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 That's pretty good. Now we're at 3 counters. Nice. Sweet. Can hold up Reject here. This is... Oh, okay, we're countering target spells anyways. I don't know why I read that wrong. Okay, we're gonna do this because we're gonna try to get to a place where we can play this next turn if we draw a land here. Night with Affliction, no. We could pay a life, right? So we pay 5. How many lands do we have? Oh no, we can't do that yet. We still need to be able to hold up the thing. Okay. Like I said, our life total is our weakness here. I'm gonna just... Do I want to just kill this? It's not that big of a threat. It's just kind of... Okay, that's better. So we'll go... Get rid of that for sure. I don't care if he gains another life. Tired of that Soul Warden. He's trying to go pull off the stupid combo, so... I know what he's doing here. I wanted just him to get rid of that company from his deck. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and Vraska now. Draw cards and hope for the best. Okay, well that's something. What does that put us at? That does let us do that, right? Yeah, we're gonna just do that because we don't wanna lose extra life right now. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. Hopefully he doesn't draw a company here, like Arena likes to reward people for having nothing in their hand. So now he has to make a choice. Okay. Alright. We're gonna do that. We're gonna try not to do this too much. Yeah. We're going to do this. Proliferate to 7. Bring ending's good, cut down's good, but we already have 2 kill spells, so we're just gonna get that. Get this tapped. Okay, I'll just see what he does. We're doing pretty good here. Okay. What could he do? This is 5 mana. Okay. Okay. You're there. Okay, draw a card. Proliferate. Okay, that's good. Okay, he's at 8. Mirrex is good. Oh, we can just do that if we need to. I think we may have this. I don't care about that at all. He's gonna try to attack us. We're not gonna let him do that. We're gonna do this, create a token, and just win. Yeah, man. Wow, so it's working okay right now. Vraska's pretty sweet. It's a sweet card. Its ultimate is sweet too. Okay, so I made a little change to this deck. I put 4 of these in, took out the cut downs and the Thoughtseize, and put the Thoughtseize in the sideboard. So my thinking behind that change is just, it's early pressure. It gets poison counters on my opponent. Potentially, it's also a good death touch blocker if I just need to protect myself. But that early pressure is so huge because it allows me to get this more activated, allows me to proliferate, allows this to get activated, allows me to proliferate with this. So it just kind of like speeds up the effectiveness of the other cards in my deck. So far it's been a really good change. So let's kind of see how it does on the ladder. I think we're gonna just prologue here, hold up the counter spell for next turn. Yeah, Infectious Inquiry is pretty sweet too, but we don't have any kill spells as of right now. So, I mean, drawing 2 cards isn't bad though, right? What's the... Okay. Cool. I guess I would have drawn 2 cards there, because the best they could do is Heliod. But drawing one card wouldn't have been bad either. Alright, what's our hand looking like? That's fine. Do we only have one blue though? Have this though to look for another blue source. Only thing I don't like about this hand is that there's no kill spells, like early game kill spells. Like we'd have to make it to turn 4, which in Historic can sometimes not be easy to do. Okay, blue. So that is fine. Okay, playing against Izzet or Phoenix here possibly, or Delve, I don't know. Or maybe Control, not sure yet. Yeah, Control is actually pretty good for us, I think. Is Anticipate. Okay. I'm gonna... I don't have any way to counter Narset anyways. Not yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and just do this as well. Yeah, that's what we want for sure. So now we have 2 counter spells against them and Narset, which is good. Depending on what they do here, we might Narset it. I don't know. The fact that they went first though changes things a little bit. Yeah. But the fact that we have this is really good. That's also really good for killing their Planeswalker. So we're in good shape. Just a little control mirror here. Anticipate, I don't care. Trying to see what they have in their deck though. I haven't seen much. We're probably, if it's a Planeswalker they play next turn, like a Narset, we're just gonna let them. They try to do something else. We'll see. Getting a poison counter is good, so I think we're gonna try to do this. The counter or whatever. Okay, they did not have any kind of counter there. I could play Narset, but I'm going to wait a turn. Because that was pretty sweet. Okay. So we're probably going to reject whatever they play here, like a Teferi, and then proliferate, and then we will play Narset, hold up, bring the ending. Depending on what they do. Yeah. Proliferate. Yep. We need a blue source though, don't we? That is the only problem with that strategy of Narset. So we're actually just gonna do this and hold up, bring the ending. However, the Tyrant's good too. But right now we're just gonna hold up spells. We need another blue source before we can play Narset, unfortunately. That might have been a decent time to do it, but I don't know. No. There it is. Okay. We don't have a counterspell now. I think this is the right time to drop Narset though, because we can try to find a counterspell.
Mind and body should meditate.
We did not find one. That's pretty good too. But I think I like this. Okay. Try to find. Fatal Push is okay. I think we just want land though, right? Since none of these are our big spells. We already have a kill spell. Yeah. I love proliferating on Narset, it just feels like cheating.
I know what must be done.
Can't draw a card though. Oh, he's gonna -3. Okay. That's interesting. Okay.
Keep an open mind.
Vraska's good. Experimental Augury's good. Narset's also good. We could just hive too. Just kill him. It's tough. There's a lot of things here that are good. I feel like this one's good too because we proliferate. How much mana do we have? 6, 7. So we could do this and hive potentially. And kill. That's really good too. So let's just get that. Just kill him with hive.
Really should have seen that coming.
Okay. So now we're just going to create more toxic creatures. If he doesn't do anything here. Keep Narset alive. Would have liked to play this, but I know he sees it, so. Okay, that is fine. It's the wrong choice there. We have an island still in our deck, right? Yeah. Just for that situation. If he wants to board wipe, he can. We still have an Anoint for sharks. Okay, we're gonna do this. Yeah, hive was the wrong choice, but I'm glad he chose it. Nice. That should wrap this one up. So we proliferate, protect Narset. 5. We could counter it, but we're just honestly we're in good shape right now. We can just keep creating tokens. Supreme Will. That is fine. All we want to do right now is protect our creatures and our Narset to hold back his game plan. Like I said, control's a pretty decent matchup for us. If he taps out, that's even better. I don't really care about Narset. Because right now I can win the game with what I have going on here.
Pick one.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Submit to. Why did it not proliferate? Can someone explain that? Oh, it's only if it's 3 or less. Okay. Honestly, we could probably win this turn if we find a card with Narset here. Which is what we're gonna try to do.
I have just the trick for this.
Yep. Good game, good game. Yeah, man, this deck's fun. Give it a shot. Okay, a couple little more changes as I've been playing this deck, just tweaking it, you know, each day I play it. This card is definitely the MVP, so this card is a staple in this deck. It does multiple things. It puts pressure on the opponent. It gets your toxic counters up. It's a death touch blocker. It's a 1-drop, so you can play it on turn 1 and start getting things going. It activates all your proliferate spells. It activates your draw spells, so I changed this from the other one, the Infectious card, just because it ends up being 1 blue pretty quickly, and it doesn't cost you 2 life either, which is important when you're a deck that doesn't have a lot of ways to protect your life total. I dropped one Fatal Push. I kept this at 4 just because this card is nuts. Because like, again, it's very easy to get up to 3 now. To activate it's Corrupted. Drowning Ichor is awesome. I think it's just a good 2 of in the main board because it's only for creatures, and it's sorcery speed. So, but it does proliferate, and then I have 1 in the sideboard. Still 2 Vraskas fall just because it's a little more costly, and Historics are pretty fast. Fast format. That's why I still have 3 Fatal Push. Still running with our 6 counters. I think these are very important depending on what you're playing against. The Yahenni's expertise is really good just to play any of these spells right here, as well as Narset. Narset's still really good because we find these spells, prevent draw, and because we benefit from proliferating. So Narset can be activated multiple times, just the same Narset, so we can keep Narset alive a lot longer. So Narset really benefits from this. This card is absolutely nuts. You don't need this card to win, but when you get this card out, you're most likely going to win. I haven't even gotten to its ultimate, but just the proliferate is usually what you end up doing. But the -2 ability is awesome too. Just like if there's something on the board that's just too crazy to deal with, you just turn it into an artifact, which is nuts. I think for you know, the sideboard, we have this card is a card I've thought about putting in the main. I don't think it's for historic best of 1. I don't think, you know, I think I might put it in best of 3 possibly, just because the proliferate's so good. But I think it's still good in the sideboard. The sideboard, I mean, I think we still do good against control because we already have 6 counters and we're more, you know, aggressive with getting the toxic counters, but we still have a lot of spells for control to become more of a control type deck against those type of decks where there's not a lot of creatures. The 4 Thoughtseize, the Serum Snare even, Test the Talents and Mystical Dispute, we would just take out all of these kill spells, or most of them, and minus Vraska's Fall probably. And maybe a couple of these or a couple of these depending on what we're playing against. But yeah, I really like this deck. The win rate's been pretty crazy, but let's see how this let's play a game here just to see how this version feels in on the ladder. Alrighty, playing against a Luris deck. We got a turn 1 Bilious. I think we're going to go ahead and just do that. Hope we draw another land next turn. Flourishing Fox. I haven't played against that deck in a while. Hopefully he just lets us go through here. Yeah. So we're gonna probably Experimental Augury. Okay, I don't really care if the fox gets bigger. Not worried about that right now. Okay. Yeah, we want to just... That's pretty good. I think we want this though for this matchup because they have the potential to go wide against us. We already have a kill spell, right? Yeah, definitely want a board wipe. Okay. Fetid Pools, nice. So what we're gonna do is just swing in Anointed Affliction here, probably. We actually can do this too, but I want to be able to kill that if I need to, because I don't. There's a good potential it could do like 6 or 7 damage to us this turn. So we don't really want to take that much damage because they have that other creature. So we'll see. Okay. And if we kill it, if this is all they do on their turn, it's just that. Because the other problem that we're dealing with is, you know, the inevitable instant speed card, which we absolutely need a counterspell for, so that is coming. So we're definitely going to go ahead and swing in. I think we're going to play this into Narset. Lands are fine. Let's do that because we don't have to take. I'll take too much damage here. Looking for counterspells here. Vraska's Fall is fine. It's tough. So we can do that. Yahenni's Expertise. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we were in good shape there. But you kind of see from that matchup, like, Bilious activated things right away. Like it made this automatically. Why is it doing that? Automatically proliferate, you know, on turn 2, and then we got to activate this by turn 3, which is awesome because this card is really good. We only played 2 of them just because there's some games where that doesn't happen, and then you're just sitting there with a 3 mana sorcery spell for 2 cards, and it's also just really good later in the game to just when you have a lot more mana. What would we have done there? I'm trying to think. Well, they kind of with these cards. Given the fact that we were in a lead there, I think we would have just gone for Vraska just to draw cards and proliferate. Because Narset does a really good job of blocking their cycling too. Or no, I'm sorry, it doesn't, because it's not drawing a card, it's an ability, right? I don't know. Maybe it does. I can't remember. I haven't played against that deck in like a year. I didn't even know that deck was still around. Okay, so a couple other small changes. So this is kind of where I've landed with this list. Like finally, I've tried played this deck about 100 times now, so I definitely have a feel for it. This card is really, really good in best of 1 because you're able to still play all these other cards, especially your draw cards. We're putting just a Vraska's Fall to put a poison counter on, or sacrificing a creature if it has bigger toughness. You want 4 of these because it's an amazing card. It's a 2 mana kill anything, any creature spell. Because getting corrupted is very easy in this version of the deck. You definitely want to maximize your draw. I did try out the other draw card, Distorted Contention or whatever, but I like this one just because it's a guaranteed poison counter. And sometimes it's your first poison counter of the game. And you want to get that, you know, getting that early is important, which is why this card's in here. So that you can proliferate with your Planeswalker or your Experimental Augury. And even your Karn's Bastion, which is actually a really good addition to the deck. This card is really, really good, not only because it creates the 1/1 creature, but also because it adds 1 mana of any color on the turn it comes down, so that's important, because there's sometimes you have awkward lands, but most of the time the lands have been really well. Gotten really smooth. This card is absolutely nuts. The -2 ability is really, really good, but mainly you're just using it to proliferate. I did toy with a version, but real quick, let me talk about the sideboard. Just these for Graveyard Hate, just because those decks are difficult to deal with. Serum Snare is just good against a variety of things. You could probably in best of 3 version, I would probably put these 2 in, take out like 1 of each of these maybe, just to kind of like, and probably take out 1 of these for something else as well. 1 Languish, since we have 3 of these. Definitely 4 Thoughtseize, for certain matchups. Test of Talents for those combo decks and other matchups. Mystical Dispute just for control. Narset's just been amazing in this deck because proliferating is so good with it. So I did what I was getting to before is I did try out a version of this deck where you where is it? This card. Use this card, 2 of these, because of its ability to use its loyalty abilities on both turns. And the reason that you'd want to do that is because of this card right here. So those two pair really well together. I think it's still a good version of this deck. The problem I was having was that I wasn't getting poison counters down early enough consistently because I had lowered this or didn't have this in there at all. And this is really the MVP of the deck. But that version is very fun. I only was able to pull it off one time though, where I got the Ichorman with the Teferi, where you can basically you're proliferating the poison counters on their turn and your turn. So it's just like super cool. It's a really good finisher, and I've toyed with the 1/1 of it, like one Teferi just for additional draw power and one Ichor Moon. So I mean, I still think that that's worthy of an inclusion. If I was gonna do that in best of 3, I would probably take out a Yahenni's and maybe a Vraska's for one of each of those, because this is still just a good card for your Planeswalkers, because since we do have, we would have 5 at that point. So there's a good, it has multiple purposes, because when you cast a non-creature spell, you're proliferating, and then you can proliferate on each of your Planeswalkers. So if you had all 3 out, I mean, you'd have 4 poison counters at one turn, by your opponent's turn, not including any spells that you casted on your own turn. So it's definitely like, obviously that's an ideal situation, but it's definitely just a really, really cool combo. And Teferi Master Time is just good anyways. I think in best of 1, you just have to have these board wipes, because Elves is a stupid thing that you encounter all the time, and you need this card to be able to beat that deck, because that deck is a terrible matchup for us, because it goes so wide. Like, we have individual creature spells, we can kill anything big, and wizards, decks like that, but humans and elves, or even goblins, like, we just need to be able to wipe the board. But in best of 3, I'd probably cut this, and I would probably bring in that combo, just because I really like the Teferi either way, just for additional draw power, because sometimes in this deck the reason you don't win quicker is because you run out of draw spells. So I almost think that that's the 4 mana card right here that you would need, and probably just take out like one of these for the other Ichor Moon Gauntlet. I'm just gonna say Gauntlet. The sideboard, pretty much went over that already, but yeah, this list has been really, really good. It's a lot of fun. You definitely want 4 Fatal Push in best of 1. In best of 3, I still think it's important, just because you need to be able to slow down your opponent, and those aggro decks are definitely it's decks that go wide, and aggro decks are your weakness. Everything else you have a very good chance of winning, because you're just instant speed poison counters, and 4 counters is enough in the main. I did try out that reject card. The problem I have with that is 3 mana, and then on top of that, most of the time when I was countering something, it wasn't 3 mana or less, so I wasn't even benefiting from the proliferate. And I didn't use this card very often either. I was mainly just using this card because it gets really good once corrupted, just kind of like Anoint. Once you get 3, this card's nuts. It's a 2 mana counter spell. It's awesome. Narset's just been incredible in this deck, slowing down your opponent, giving you card advantage, and then proliferating it. This card, I love this card. This card's so much fun. But yeah, let's get into a game. Alright, opponent's going first. A 1 kill spell, 1 counter spell, and a draw spell on turn 3. We do have this too, which we probably will use on turn 2, most likely. It's not a great hand, but I like to try out hands that aren't great to see how we would do. Okay, so this means that we gotta find some more kill spells. So we're definitely gonna have to anoint. Yeah. See what they do here, if they give it haste or something. Okay, that's not that bad. So basically next turn what we're gonna do is anoint whichever creature has gonna give us more damage. Part of the reason we have Fatal Push, that's good too, is just because, yeah, so this is good. So we can kill the bigger one this turn, We're probably not going to be able to Fetid Pools at all at this point, just because we're already behind. We're going second. Our matchup against them has been better, as we have 12 kill spells and 3 board wipes. Because you know, board wipes are decent against them, but okay, yeah. I mean, this is a situation where board wipes would be good. I think we're just gonna kill that guy. Take 2. See if we can survive this. Like I was saying, I do like to try out different versions. God, if we drew a board wipe here, it'd be pretty sweet, but I think we're just gonna have to hold up Vraska's fall. Because they could easily get us for like 9 damage next turn, which is bad. I would, you know, again, these are one of our worst matchups. Yeah, either, like I said, that's 8 damage already. So we're just gonna do this. He's probably gonna sack the Scar Mage, I would guess, because he, yeah, okay, gets more damage in. They're going first. They've had a, you know, an aggressive start. So this is where we'd probably just lose, because I don't really want to do this right now, because I don't want to lose 2 life. And we're probably, I mean, I don't see how we win this one. We could counter. I should have played Fetid Pools there. We could counter and draw here. I guess is our best bet. Yeah. But again, this matchup's much more winnable. Hopefully he doesn't have. Yeah, he can't pay 2. Oh, he has a, yeah, he just has a spell. If he plays something else, we might counter it too, because it's right now it's at 0, right? Oh, okay. Is this where we turn the corner? That doesn't help. That doesn't help either. Thanks, game. A counterspell. If we had 5 lands, I would do Narset. I think we have to try, right? No, we don't have to try. We can just do this and hold up counterspell. I think next turn we can do Narset, bring up ending. If he doesn't do something, we have to counter this turn anyway. That's a good counter, because if he pays the 2, he can't do anything this turn. If he doesn't, he loses a creature. Okay, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, man. At this point, we're just gonna swing in with Bilious, because okay. Nice, that's good. That is exactly what we needed. So now we're stopping his draws, and we're using Anoint with Affliction.
Like meditate and prepare.
That's good too, because they don't tend to have a lot of creatures. We're definitely swinging in. If he wants to lose a creature here, he can. He's not going to, though. And that's the good thing about Bilious too, is like, if you want to block it, go ahead. You lose a creature. And in best of 1, it's even better. But like I said, our main thing for it is that it gives us the ability to. Okay. Cool. So let's see what he does here. If he just goes to our face, we're actually in pretty good shape, because we can kill 1, take 3. And then sacrifice his creature next turn. He doesn't know we have the Anoint for Affliction. Yeah. Okay. That card's just disgusting. And he quit. So that kind of, we survived that. I don't know how. But that gives you, you know, a really good example of why this deck is good. We haven't even gotten to like the fun cards in that matchup. We were just trying to survive the whole game. But, you know, I would have liked to have seen what we could have got next turn. That would have been nice. Experimental Augury is really, really good. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. I think the next video I'll probably do a little more best of 3 to kind of, because I think I feel confident enough now to take it into best of 3. I think I've got the list in a good place. Like I said, I dropped one of these for Teferi Master of Time probably. Yeah. But you know, let me know what you guys think of the deck. Definitely give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. It's very, very good. I spent a lot of work on this one. But y'all have a good one. Peace.